West Hollywood could always use a few more queens.
I'm disappointed. I think Oprah's become a major divider in our country. And I think, frankly, she should be ashamed of herself. And you know who else should be ashamed? Fox. Because I've seen Oprah on Fox about 50 times making the same statement. And I think it's a disgrace what Fox does, because everyone thinks Fox is so pro-Trump. They're not pro-Trump at all.
You're listening.
Yeah, like all the time I'm listening.
WATB with Christian, Eric, and Carl sometimes.
Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood bar.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're having fun. We're making it happen.
It's fun time.
Open your mouth, close your eyes. We're going to give you a big surprise.
And here it is.
Welcome to Who Are These Broadcasters, the only show on the internet today saying things like, it all comes down to this. 2 will enter, 1 will survive. Election 2024. Yes, we're the only show saying that this is apparently the only consequential election in our lifetime. I'm Christian Bladt, and that well-coiffed gentleman right there is the one, the only, Monsieur Eric Zane. Hello, EZ. How are you today?
Christian, never better. Thank you for having me. I'm blessed. And let's get this going.
Yes, absolutely. And the way to get this going is a few simple words: Venmo, Streamlabs, PayPal, Rumble Rants, Super Chats, memberships, gifted memberships. We are not going to start the show until we hit the goal of $350. I'll sit here and wait. All right. So you know what? I'm going to do the show on credit, but I'm expecting, Eric, everyone will help us hit our goal today. I think that's
absolutely.
fair, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, typically, we don't like to do this for free, and we usually do. So why should we even ask? Why is today any different? But if you feel like, hey, I'm being entertained by these two assholes, what the hell? Just throw a couple of bucks. And if you want Christian to sign off with saying some really messed up stuff, write that messed up thing you want him to sign off with and attach a dollar amount to it. The highest dollar amount with what you want Christian to say, that's what he'll sign the show off with. Okay? There you go.
Exactly. That is the way it works. That's how we operate around here. And we've got a jam-packed show today. And I want to mention a quick programming note that if you really enjoyed today's show, great, because I'm going to be doing another one tonight at 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. It is our Who Are These Broadcasters election night special. Easy, you'll be fast asleep at that point.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
But I'll be joined by the Aussie guy, Reverend Shitstain. There's a contribution from the great Cardiff Electric, and scheduled to appear Dick Masterson and other surprise guests, which means no one else is actually scheduled, but the offers are out there. All right. And Joe Black, $2, Cardiff Electric for president. Well, you know, people want Minnesota on the ballot, and Cardiff would be the way to do it. I appreciate that endorsement. And obviously, today's election day. We've got no shortage of political talk. But, Eric, we have to start with the fact that last week was Halloween. And Halloween leads to some of the cringiest, most painful broadcasting we ever get a chance to see. In a segment that we're going to call Who Are These Halloween? I don't have a jingle for that, but it's called Who Are These Halloween?
Yeah, it doesn't really, it's kind of wonky, but
I know, and I thought of it yesterday that we were going to call it that. So, Easy, you know that Halloween's a big time in the local newsrooms. We've seen some great clips on this show in the past year plus, and all you need to do is wear a costume. That's the only thing you need to do. You don't need to look for any other content. Just show up in a costume, and the content will write itself, as they found out in Champaign, Illinois.
Start with you guys. Right. Tell us about your costume. Your group costume.
I'm sorry, all questions need to be submitted in advance.
All right.
Yeah, all questions need to be submitted.
Okay, so we have to go through you to talk to everybody else.
So he's dressed as Willy Wonka, and there's some Oompa Loompas. And don't worry, Eric, I'm only pausing this clip. It hasn't ended. There's more fun to come.
Yeah, and just right from the top, how the fuck can you not be prepared enough to have a mic on Wonka? You fucking idiots.
Well, you're going to hear everybody else sounds well mic'd. And by the way, this persona he's going with, I've seen the Willy Wonka movies. There's a couple different iterations of it. None of them are even remotely like this. But he's invented a character. He's doing a little cosplay. Let's see how it goes.
Now go ahead and talk to them.
Oompa Loompa.
We get it.
That's awesome. You guys look great. Okay, what was the inspiration behind this outfit?
Inspiration? It just kind of happened, didn't it?
Pure imagination. It just happened. All righty. Well, you guys look awesome.
Oh, shit the bed.
So there was look, you don't need a pre-interview in this situation, but I feel like, you know, that guy obviously works there at the station. You probably say, hey man, we're going to go to you. So we're going to ask you about this group costume you guys did. You know, you're Willy Wonka. You want to use a phrase from the movie. You want to sing. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do. And he's like, no, I'm a pro. We're just going to wing it.
Oh God. So awkward, painful. I mean, seriously, that's it's almost like some of the segments between you and I in terms of awkward.
All right, we don't know that gentleman. Let's not disparage him that much. All right. That constitutes a hate crime in certain circles. There's also, this is the same broadcast. There is such a thing as being over prepared for your costume.
Go, Gadget! Hey, Inspector Gadget here. Say, who needs a storm tracker when you've got a camera and a pair of Go Gadget legs? Exactly.
I'm so excited pulling these clips. I don't know if I have any that you're not going to hate, but I knew you were going to. I hated the Inspector Gadget guy so much. And there's a bunch of other stuff between those two clips. And I was like, I'm just going to pull the ripcord. And then I saw Go Gadget and I'm like, oh, there's something special there. You see?
How great would it be to have a news director and say to the staff, look, you don't have to act like you like these people.
Yeah.
Just say exactly what's on your mind. Just say, well, wow, this sucks. Everybody wants to kill themselves because they're hearing you doing your Go Gadget, Inspector Gadget impression.
By the way, not a great Go Gadget impression. The voice of Inspector Gadget's Don Adams, who a lot of people knew from Get Smart. He tried, but boy, he was like, I've got this down. This is great. And I feel like his family was probably humiliated seeing him. But T89, $4.99. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for gray squirrels, justice for Peanut. Hashtag Trump 20. Don't worry.
Okay.
Peanut is included in this episode.
Yeah. Dicks out for Peanut. Let me tell you that right now. Not since Harambe have we felt this bad about a goddamn animal.
So somebody did create an AI painting of Harambe holding Peanut up in heaven.
Fuck yes. And don't forget about the goddamn raccoon. They slaughtered the raccoon too.
Yeah, but that's good meat. That I, just killing the squirrel is cruel, but raccoon meat is good meat.
Ugh.
So, Eric, our next video is a Halloween special. This is a wacky video that this local station found in the Cleveland area. But what they decided to do to make it better is to present it in a wacky way. This is what I call theater.
What you're about to see is true. This is the city, Bay Village, Ohio. 16,000 people, and in this job, you meet just about every one of them. I'm not a cop, but he is. On the job, you never know what you'll come up against, but this is a doozy. You're on patrol and get word of a giant pumpkin in the street. These are my streets, you say. No wannabe jack-o'-lantern's going to sully the hard work of tax-paying citizens. Wolf and Sadler Roads, you know the drill. Giant inflatable wise guy. Good intentions go south when the wind blows north. One bounce, then two. Before you know it, this kind of thing happens. For the love of everything on the green earth, tie these things up when the wind blows. We're lucky Bay Village PD was up to the challenge. Turns out no challenge at all. Wipe that smile off your face, fella. And thank the hardworking men and women of the Bay Village Police Department.
Okay, there's more, but...
I actually like this. I like this.
Okay, so I love the video of the gigantic pumpkin and the cop who gets trapped in it. And I had found a different video of that, which was fun because the news anchor couldn't stop laughing. But then I found this guy doing a dragnet. And I'm going to tell you a little secret, Eric. You're enjoying it. We're halfway through. So let's see if you continue enjoying it.
Okay.
Wow. That's quite a jack-o'-lantern. Where'd you get this story? Like out of an email or?
No, facts. Just the facts, Mark.
Well, why is that asshole wrecking it? I mean, dude's still in the zone, and this asshole comes in and says, "Where did you get it?" Well, who gives a shit?
It's to set him up with his hysterical kicker.
Facts. Just the facts, Mark.
They even have those? Well done, sir.
That's all we got. There is no more. Thanks for being with us. Jimmy Kimmel's up next, followed by Nightline.
So you liked it while he was doing his presentation, but how much do you hate his co-anchor who was like, hey, can you let me in a little bit? I want to have some fun too.
Right. Without a doubt, you're right. It did kind of it got to a different level.
It did.
Jesus Christ. Dwyer says Local news eats dicks.
I mean, look, I'm not saying that he's wrong, but this show is kind of built on that. Go ahead and keep reading.
T89 says, I'm surprised he didn't mag dump his way out. I was thinking that too. I wanted to see him shoot that thing.
Yeah, I know. I definitely feel like there had to be a great shot of I guess it just blew back over.
Right.
So, but I wanted that thing to be shredded, but that's not what happened.
If it was a pumpkin, but I mean, if it was giant inflatable, but it was like George Floyd's head instead of the jack-o'-lantern, then perhaps, I don't know, maybe not.
Well, if a gigantic George Floyd head was part of someone's Halloween decorations and it blew over, obviously we would be out in front of EZ's house. I think that's clearly what we'd be having there. So sometimes you have everybody in studio with their costumes, and you might actually get some good content over it, as this one anchor thanks the lady who helped him with his Charlie Brown costume.
She did the hair.
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Wiggles.
With a Sharpie.
Yeah.
Actual
Sharpie.
He said it was okay to do it with a Sharpie. How are you going to do topical?
You're very artistic.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, look at that.
It looks very
I looked at a picture
very
of
questionable, actually. It's rather questionable, that diagram.
Now you have to walk around with that on.
You know what?
You fill in the blanks yourself enough.
Our minds are all going to the
He
same
fell asleep, you guys.
Yes.
Just kidding.
I was over in the
It's like a frat party or
Which one? The one dressed like Flavor Flav?
Oh, no.
The Betty Rubble. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what that is? I couldn't tell that was Betty Rubble because she's got the red shit on underneath it. Lose the clothes.
All right, so you want to bring back naked news is what
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and then that chick with the Viking helmet, she looks like she could play for the actual Vikings.
Well, it was great because when they all came out, Betty Rubble didn't know the Betty Rubble laugh. She was not familiar enough with the character. And the Flavor Flav impression, I think she was trying to be a little bit politically sensitive and didn't really give a nice, yeah, boy, right. Because I feel like in 2024 in local news, maybe you can't get away with this.
It's all fucked up, too, because the Flavor Flav, she's got a goddamn thermometer. That's not even a clock.
Well, she's the weather lady. You get it?
No, stupid.
All right, but it did look like somebody drew balls on this guy's face, right?
Definitely did. It definitely did. So I like that angle of it.
Yeah, that was the best part, was the fact that it looked like he had a nutsack on there.
Yeah, I think his costume is the best. It looks like he went the furthest to do it. I don't know, the guy in the Barbie thing, the Barbie box, all he had to do was get in a box,
Yeah, which, just judging from him, that might be the only time he's been in a box anytime lately.
I'm guessing.
All right. So Halloween does seem like one of those days out of the year that you could end up having a problem with human resources, as we'll see in a segment from Jacksonville, Florida, piece about discount Halloween costumes, and everybody's having some fun. And possibly, just possibly, this pirate might be having a little too much fun.
Ensemble for dress.
And by the way, the woman speaking, she works at some costume shop. And for some reason, the way that they mic'd her, whenever she's reading the list that we see on screen, you can't hear her. So this is just shitty microphone broadcasting. Okay. But the pirate is really the hero of this.
The whole ensemble for dress is
about $15. And he looks great.
Looking at Mel, there's enough booty over there to pay for a couple of these costumes.
Oh my God! Look at Jen's face; she's horrified. Money. I guess we're talking about treasure. Yeah, treasure.
Oh, I'm talking about booty.
Get yourself over here.
What I love about him, they're trying to give him the out. It's like, no, he's talking about treasure. No, I'm talking about booty.
Talking about your fat ass.
You've got a lot of drunk in our trunk, matey.
I see a nice dumper. How tall is that one chick? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think she's about 4'1", if I had to guess.
JFK Head Chunk says he called her lard ass.
He's not wrong. Chicago's WGN sent their morning team to a local costume shop ahead of Halloween, and this clip is like, there's like 8 minutes of this. I've trimmed it to what I think is the best / most painful part, but they're trying on the costumes. And again, don't write a script for anyone, Eric. Everybody is very good at just vamping, extemporaneously providing content on the air.
You're good.
Yeah, you
James
good.
Brown. Yeah. James Brown.
Wow.
How do you know me? I am James. I don't think you know yourself, though.
What is that? Is
So-
that what's going on there?
So he's supposed to be James Brown. They
And
guessed
that's a
James-
dude?
You know, I'm not sure.
He's
that
like
might
a
be
little black gnome.
That might be Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show. I'm
Ugh.
actually not sure who that is. But what you realize is that this person ended up in a costume knowing absolutely nothing about James Brown.
I don't think you know yourself, though.
So what you have to watch very closely is in the next week or so, there is going to be an election. There are going to be some candidates, and some people are going to vote the other way. It's going to be very, very
Thank you. Listen, we'll be right back with more from Fantasy Costumes. Oh, weather.
Sunshine.
Now, who gives out?
So the reason I have, and they put these up as clips. The reason I have this one is because they're having so much fun. Look how great they are, Eric, in their Beetlejuice costumes.
Is that what that is? I don't know.
Yeah,
Fuck.
well, there was a new Beetlejuice movie.
Yes, of course, it makes
most
sense.
Most people didn't see it, but it's not very good. But they're having so much fun that she's like, oh, weather. And he's like, yeah, I mean, it's sunny. But the Kevin McInnes, not wrong, Dr. Scotty Jones. The piece de resistance is this next bit where you have the cutting edge content of Sheriff Andy from Mayberry and Don Knotts, and just a great Andy Griffith show run here.
Sunshine.
Now, who gives out them fun-sized baby Ruths, but they is good.
What about Aunt B?
Well, I reckon we can bring her along. Here's Aunt B right now.
So they said, where's Aunt B? And then Beetlejuice comes back
Yeah,
out.
that little fucking what you talking about comes around the corner and wearing the beak. God.
In a bee costume. Yeah.
Jesus. You know, they actually weren't doing too badly for, I mean, it's hokey as shit, but that for Andy and the fucking
Don Knotts. I
Yes.
forget what his character's name was.
I do too. Whatever. God damn. This is just terrible. It just makes me feel bad, all of it. Judge Judy is a jilf, according to the Wired Christian.
That is Judge Judy there, and her Judge Judy impression left a lot to be desired. So
Yes.
we're not going to be looking at that proper. But look how much fun they're having. You know, Eric, it's like the only day all year they seem to have any fun over there in the newsroom. You know?
Yeah, that's as bad as morning radio.
Yes, right, exactly. That's steel
Might be
toe.
worse. Might be
That's
worse.
steel toe level bad. We're going to take a look at some politically themed decorations ahead of the presidential election. We're going to have to describe this one. I'll prepare everyone. I found this on the social media for Benny Johnson, who some people believe might be responsible for some Russian psyop. I don't
Is
know.
that the Georgia? No, what is he? He's
No, he's like he's like if Ben Shapiro didn't go to school. He's like one of those guys. Yeah. So I did not have that locked and loaded. I don't know if that's even accurate. But so Benny Johnson wanted people to vote on some Trump-themed holiday decorations. We'll have to describe this one for our audio audience, but I want to share it with you, Z, first. All right, so there's Kamala Harris. She looks like she's about to give a speech. And there's something happening there. Oh, my gosh. Uncle Sam is taking a leak on her.
Oh, that's excellent.
So you can guess which one I voted for.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
this is so kids are going to walk up to this and go trick or treat. This is more like a diorama. This isn't Halloween decorations. This is just a political theme on the house. It's outstanding.
no, but I bet if we ask the chat, would they shy away from this house if they were trick or treating with their kids? I'm I'm going
the chat.
to.
No. They would love. 95% of the chat wants to suck Trump's cock, so they would love that. They would love that.
Yeah, and look, I mean, Uncle Sam's got it out, and he's got some nice flow. There's a good stream there. So that one seems like it's all well and good. That one, people are having fun, letting their politics be known. There was a Halloween parade in the Pittsburgh area that unfortunately their efforts were not as well received by the community.
Sent to Channel 11 by a viewer, you could see the float that appeared during the Mount Pleasant Halloween parade. You could see people dressed up as Secret Service surrounding a golf cart style vehicle. Riding in the cart is a person wearing a mask of former President Donald Trump. On the top of the vehicle is a fake sniper.
The worst part of it was the fact that there was either a rope or a chain that was attached to the back of the vehicle, and there was a woman who was to resemble Kamala Harris in handcuffs and chained to the back of that vehicle as though they were dragging her.
This is not a good look.
Come on.
So yeah, that lady who was speaking a moment ago is the one who's responsible for the content of the parade, and she's like,
right.
I don't know. She's like, I don't know how it got in there. We're gonna look at that.
Bullshit.
And,
she's full of it.
She
probably knew exactly what was going on.
Having grown up in a small town, I believe like now 2025, there's probably like a $50 entry fee. They paid it. Nobody asked any questions. They're like, great, get in line.
Right. You know that guy who does all those videos on TikTok where he asks the internet, someone tell me who this is. What's his name? Tinashe or something like that. You know the guy with the beard?
I actually don't know who you're talking about.
All right, never mind. Anyway, he's trying to track down all of the members of this whole escapade to try to he tries to out people, and then gets them to lose their jobs and shit like that.
Well, we're pushing the envelope a little bit. People are trying to have a little too much fun at Halloween, Eric. And a volunteer firehouse in Canada had to ask some attendees to remove their costumes because they showed up like this.
Into a weekend Halloween party that has sparked outrage.
When I saw the costumes, like my family, my nephews, they're black.
4 people walked into the North Sydney Firefighters Club on Saturday night wearing what appear to be Ku Klux Klan costumes. One was carrying a cross.
So
that's a fantastic costume. That is, seriously, they even brought the cross.
They did. So as this story goes on, they explain that, and by the way, no one from the volunteer fire department wanted to come on and answer questions for this story. I don't understand why, Eric. JFK Headchuck says, Cumia throws a good party. Dwight Christian says, holy shit, Cumia country. Hey, Dwight Christian, why are you making those comments in the poor chat? How about you give me a $5 next time you want to make a joke? No, I saw this and it was amazing. So they got them to remove their hoods and they told the guy to go bring the cross back to his car. But what a buzzkill. These guys are ready to party. Who are you going to want to hang out with at a volunteer firefighter Halloween party? These 4 motherfuckers.
Oh,
this is who you want to be with.
I applaud them for getting everybody worked up.
Yeah.
We would not be able to do this show if we didn't have outrage. And the world is clearly outraged and hurt because these 4 assholes got dressed up. And they're kind of wannabe Klanmen because Dwyer makes the point that everyone knows Klan have no mouth holes.
Oh, but these are Klansmen who love to suck cock.
Oh,
so yeah. So it's like glory hole Klansmen. It's a different, look, they do things different up in Canada. I can't pretend to really understand how things work up there. Yeah. So, anyway, remember last week we visited with the Costco guys. And
oh my God, yes. That's
AJ and Big Justice.
Yes.
They were on Jimmy Fallon, and our buddies Carl and Blind Mike featured some segments of this on Who Are These Socials on Thursday. And I was kind of bummed because I had already pulled something, but then they showed a different part. So they didn't show the part I wanted to show, which is part of our Who Are These Halloweens. And Jimmy wants them all to try some candy. And if we remember about the Costco guys, is things happen on the boom meter. 5 booms is a lot of booms.
Okay.
And I think that's what you need to know heading into this, as Jimmy wants them to try. Oh, and they're with the Rizzler, who's their friend. I don't know, he's part of the gang. I don't know who the fuck the Rizzler is. I just know that they're all Yankees fans and Rizzler's a Mets fan. So obviously he's the smart one of the bunch.
This is before the World Series ended?
The World Series wasn't over yet. Yeah.
Okay.
So their Yankee video was still playing, which we got to take a look at last week.
You're up first, okay? This is a cream-filled Twizzler.
That looks good.
It looks good? Yeah. Twizzler for the Rizzler. All right. Let's see.
It looks like Hezbollah.
I mean,
start punching Jimmy.
I don't know what that costume is, but you're right.
Is he a little boy or just one of those growth stunted idiots?
So no, he's a child, but you cannot describe the Rizzler as a little boy.
No,
he's a big boy.
Okay. He's fat as fuck.
He is a child.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
Uh-oh. Here no, we're good.
Okay.
I'm gonna give that 2 big booms. Boom! Boom!
Okay. 2 big booms.
Okay, so we saw the Rizzler. He's, let's just say that we all know which member of the Goonies he would be for Halloween. If you understood that reference.
Right.
And, AJ and Big Justice, there's sort of an ongoing narrative that he doesn't want his kid to eat so much junk food because he loves him some junk food.
Where I put this?
Yeah, all right. Ready for Big Justice? You're going to kill me, but ready? This is Halloween treats, all right? Here's raisins.
Because you're a fat fuck.
Yeah, come on, dude.
If I went trick-or-treating and got raisins, who wants raisins when they're out trick-or-treating?
They're good for you.
Fat
I like
fuck.
chocolate raisins.
Just shut up, you mouthy little prick.
Did you notice
Shut the
how?
fuck up, you stupid Goomba asshole.
Did you hear the Rizzler?
Know what he say?
I went trick-or-treating and got raisins. Who wants raisins when they're out trick-or-treating?
They're good for you.
I like chocolate raisins.
You do.
Of course you do, Rizzler. Obviously you like chocolate raisins.
Rizzler likes chocolate. What do you give at the boom meter?
1 boom. Boom.
Oh, my God.
Only
Barely
one
gave
boom.
it a boom on that one.
Okay.
All right. This is for all of us. We can try. These are pumpkin peeps. I think these are going to work.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Listen to the fact
I already can tell. It's gonna, AJ, you want to grab one?
Send that down here.
All right.
Peep.
How many booms for the pumpkin peeps?
We need to try it.
Yeah, go for
Obviously, I have to eat the candy, Jimmy, before I give it a boom. Don't throw off the
That's
integrity
yummy.
of the boom meter, you fuck.
it. What do you guys think?
5 big boom.
Really?
Jimmy goes, really? Like he didn't know that was coming.
Oh, wait, you two really chubby kids, you really enjoyed a Halloween peep? Because, look, the problem with peeps is you can only eat them at Easter. But what if we make them Halloween themed? And in which case, then you are ready to go. All right. So as I was collecting these Halloween clips, and yes, Who Are These Halloweens is still going on, Eric, I had the thought, hey, I wonder, what are our friends at Daily Blast Live up to?
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a minute. I actually have a couple clips of them that I keep meaning to get to, but they're not at all topical or timely. So I've just sort of let them kind of go by the wayside. So let's let our buddy Al Jackson walk in and introduce himself.
Cool J, everybody!
Hello, Cool J. And then I'm going to mute the music just because LL doesn't need any of Carl's money. Carl doesn't need to give LL any money.
50, but this face is still #1 in your hearts.
So they have the whole panel assembled at one point, and there's going to be some interactions that we'll deal with. But I know if we're bringing out the gang from Daily Blast Live, you're going to wonder, hey, what is my buddy, Gay Eric Zane, dressed as? Well, we're going to get an indication about Gay Eric Zane by his costume choice.
George Santos.
Congressman George Santos.
Well, hold on. I would never have figured that out if they didn't say that's George Santos. I thought it was Christopher Reeve as fucking Clark Kent.
Well, he's moving around. Obviously, he's walking. He can't possibly be Christopher Reeve. He didn't wheel out with one of those straw-operated wheelchairs.
He is walking out like there's a dick actually in his ass.
It's part of the costume, Easy.
Okay, fantastic. All right.
All right. Now, here's your time to shine, buddy.
I'm just here to clear up this whole Bigfoot thing. He's real. We're roommates. We had dinner last night, and he likes pie.
Because he's a liar. Don't worry. There's more fun to be had. Some questions on the panel. LL Cool J, and there's also a Tina Turner there with him.
You are a pioneer of music, and this year marks the 50 years of hip-hop. So how did you celebrate?
Gentleman never kisses and tells, but I'll say I was with a round-the-way girl.
Ooh.
Yeah, she had bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair.
And Tina, your love songs, they're iconic. So what do you think of the Taylor and Travis Kelce phenomenon?
What do you think, Tina?
Well, what's love got to do? Got to do.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's end the segment now. No more follow-up questions.
Tina, isn't love important?
What's love but a second-hand emotion?
All right, we get it. She can sing well enough. You didn't need to go back, but because they did, I had to extend the clip.
Question,
right.
Is that Lucy Tightbox on the end? There was the one chick dressed up like a go-go dancer.
So she's dressed up as Taylor Swift, and I had to the only reason that I would have pulled the clip is because she twirled around and we would have gotten to see her ass. And remember, this is a very gay-friendly show, Eric.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll see her in a moment, though, interacting with your doppelganger, gay Eric Zane, who really likes his joke.
George Santos, you're the face of, a lot of controversies, and it can be a hard person to believe a lot of the time. So can you tell us one true thing right now?
A lot of people were wondering where Taylor Swift was at Travis. She wasn't at Travis Kelce's game. She was with me and Bigfoot having dinner.
No. So remember the minute ago when he said that he had dinner with Bigfoot? So that's the joke that he went with again.
Right.
And here is Taylor Swift is going to chime into that aspersion.
In your wildest dreams.
Well, at least she looked good.
They
At
must
least she
be
looked
high. They must have consumed some type of gummies or whatever. This whole fake laughing thing. It reminds me a lot of morning radio.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say it reminds you of who are these broadcasters with Christian Bladt and Eric Zane, because there might be something to that as well. So I'm going to tip my cap to Jack Osborne, Ozzy Osbourne's kid. He has a show about ghost hunters, and he was on right after this segment and had to play along while he's asked questions by the costumed anchors in character. And remember that joke that gay Eric Zane really liked.
Tell you this, my man, you are a jack of all trades along with ghost hunting. You search for Bigfoot.
I had dinner with him yesterday.
Look.
Remember how he had dinner with Bigfoot?
Stop.
Wait, you know what?
Goddamn Bigfoot jokes. Poor Jack. This is the only time I've been sympathetic to Jack Osborne.
Yeah. No, exactly. And our buddy Al Jackson doesn't really let up here.
Look for UFOs, so I have to ask you, homeboy, which has been the strangest outcome?
So I've been to Skinwalker Ranch a few times.
Okay, his answer doesn't matter.
Cackling woman, shut up.
It's one of those two hosts. He's been on TV for a few years, Al Jackson. He's rattling his chains up against his lav mic. So, Eric, I'm going to assume you're done with the gang from Daily Blast Live. We hadn't seen them in a while, and I brought them back for Halloween because I thought it would be fun. I feel pretty confident you don't want to see them again, but don't worry, I have one more clip.
With all of this is
Still with Jack
spirits
Osborne.
following you home, because you know my people, we don't believe in all that. So have you experienced weird stuff in your house after an investigation?
Absolutely have experienced stuff in my house, Tina. It was.
Yep. And he's just playing along. She's like, "Yeah, you're Tina. Okay."
Oh shit!
So far, what has been the worst thing that we've had to sit through? I feel like it's that because it's so involved. There's just so much happening. There's a lot of effort that went into that.
Yeah, anything so far, and all the things that you've played. It's a toss up between that and some of those local news segments. Willy Wonka, that was
pretty bad. Yeah,
there's a lot of shit around Halloween. What an awful time of the year.
In hindsight, that Dragnet bit was actually pretty solid. Now that I've rewatched everything else, hey, he delivered it, and if the other guy hadn't fucked it up, it probably would have been a home run, as it were. Even over on ESPN, they like to do fun things around Halloween, but don't worry, the gang at First Take did not wear costumes. However, Christopher Mad Dog Russo listed 5 things he hated about Halloween. I've only isolated number 3 because I think it speaks to our audience.
Number 3, as far as the Halloween, carving the pumpkins. First off, I rip my tendons if I start to move those things. But the carving the pumpkins to put a little light in there, I hate the pumpkins. I get them, I throw them out there with the freaking dogs. I can't stand carving pumpkins with little 6-year-olds and putting little faces on them. What a complete, and I had 4 kids. What a complete waste, my wife agrees. What a complete waste of time. And number 2.
I hate this guy. He reminds me of Opie. That's like something Opie would rant about.
Hi, doggy. Yeah, you know what? I do like Mad Dog, but you're right. There's some real Opie energy there.
You fucking asshole.
I just like that he's talking about Halloween the same way he would talk about the Cowboys defense. It's just like, with the carving the pumpkins, I can't do it, dog. What am I going to do about it? Anyway.
That's not bad. You're doing it. I like it.
I've listened to him for.
I've got a Mad Dog vibe and Abbott and Costello. I don't know which one is which. I think I
don't know which one is which either. They're a sort of like The View is a show called The Social up in Canada. They were talking about celebrity Halloween costumes.
Kardashian killed it this year.
Look
at that.
Okay. How would you describe that for our audio audience who can't see what she's dressed like, Eric?
Naked woman.
Yep.
With a giant dragon tail and those weird wrinkles in her head like John Coffey from The Green Mile.
Yeah, I think you did a good job. I would try and help nerds by understanding her head kind of looks like a Klingon from Star Trek. But again, I'm the nerd. So let's see what this guy thought about it and why he responded to it.
She's an albino alligator.
An albino alligator. Are we sure that's not just an AI picture?
No, that's really her. She showed the whole the glow up and everything. Now,
wow.
I'm not a reptosexual, but
I think I'd like to be.
So the reason I have this clip is because it just reinforces that local news and on-air people, they literally laugh at anything, Eric.
Yep. Boy, you fire off any joke and it's just going to kill. You are going to get laugh support like you've never had.
That you've never had before.
You're going to think that you're funny.
Well, our last Halloween, she's a character from Dragon Ball Z, according to Dwyer Christian. Our last Halloween entry comes from Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, who does a Ted Lasso costume. And I don't know if you watch Ted Lasso, but you probably don't need to have seen the show to realize that he's missing the most obvious part of this.
Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this week's Team Kentucky Update and happy Halloween. First, let me mention since this...
Yeah. He takes off the glasses, does not explain that he's Ted Lasso. He also does not have the mustache.
No.
It's the, you don't need any of the other stuff if you have the sunglasses and the mustache.
God, fucking asshole. And then the hat, Jesus. He just looks like some dude stuck in like 1992.
Yeah, he does. I'm afraid to ask, but how are we doing on Super Chats, Easy?
Oh, it's a huge pile of shit.
Okay, good.
Let's see. Joe Black threw $2. It's same. It hasn't gone up at all. Okay. It's just garbage. So that's okay though. $6.99 in the books for Christian and Easy. If you think that this is like worth your time, you're enjoying yourself, you're busy saying horrible shit, throw a dollar amount on it, and it can be Christian's sign off.
Yes, exactly. Well, for now, we'll head on over to who are these sportscasters.
Home of the hourly triple play.
WATB, who are these sportscasters? Just listen and find out who are these sportscasters.
I want to start off with a clip that I specifically chose for our fearless leader, Carl Hamburger, Hamburger. Here's Kevin Harlan with the call as the Bills attempt a 61-yard field goal as time expires against the Miami Dolphins.
Subsided, 61-yard try for the lead. It is Owens. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
The clip is so much louder than I remember it being.
Kick the fuck out of that ball.
Yeah.
Even just the sound. Did you hear that thud?
Yeah. 61 yards. And I think that when you make that, even the national announcer has to, kind of go a little over the top. Well, the World Series is over, and I know it's a busy day, but there's some amazing stuff that we need to share from that. But let's take a step back to before the World Series was over. Happier times, new sports jingle. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize I had the new sports jingle. So I got to find it. I forgot that I had gotten a new.
Yeah. P.T. Barnum, Carl tells us mid-show.
Oh, literally yesterday we traded messages. So I appreciate that, Carl.
Who are these sports? You know what I'm saying? Who are these sports? Let's see who's playing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what to say.
I mean, I love it. That's everything that I want from a jingle.
Oh, shit.
And and I do now see that Carl sent us a private chat like an hour ago.
Yeah, whatever.
No, he's right. I should have known to check for it. So I'm glad that that's there. As we talk about the World Series, before the World Series ended, though, let's have happier times. Memory for our buddy John Sterling. This is from Game 4. Glaber Torres comes to the plate.
A fly ball to deep right. Betts going back. That ball is gone. It's Glaber Day.
Okay, Glaber Day. Oh, wait, there's more.
He hits a 3-run home run to blow this game apart. And like a good Glaber, Torres is there.
So he has two catchphrases for Glaber Torres. Did you get both of them, Eric, or should I wind it back and play?
Yeah, I got the State Farm, and then I already forgot the first one.
Glaber Day.
Glaber Day.
Well, I also want to know if anybody's curious to see what it looks like, because WFAN, the radio station that has the Yankees broadcasts on the radio, they have a camera on John Sterling at all times. So if you want to see him call the one proud moment that Aaron Judge had in the World Series, if you want to see what it's like, and he does not look the way you think he does. We've shown him before on the show, but I want people to see John Sterling, who, remember, retired early in the season, came out of retirement to call the playoff runs, got to a World Series. So we got to have moments like this. But I think it's probably safe to say if there had been more games, it would have killed him.
The pitch to Judge, swung on and hit in the air to deep right. It is high. It is far. It is gone. It is a Judgian blast into the right center field seats. And the Yankees take an immediate 2-0 lead in this must game. All rise. Here comes the Judge.
So he called it a must game. It's a must-win game. It was. So all rise. Here comes the Judge. Again, double catchphrase.
That's always been his thing, though, right? He's always dropped those types of jokes.
Oh yeah. That's always what he's done. But if you take a step away from the Yankees, then you're not up to speed on what all of his catchphrases are and his nicknames. So again, he probably didn't, Yankee fans didn't know that they were going to get to revisit any of these names. So this was like Christmas morning, getting John Sterling to call some more games in the playoffs. And we'll hear him again in a little bit. The crowd at Yankee Stadium, we showed a little bit of this after Game 3. They're having some fun with Big Papi, who, of course, is part of the Red Sox team that, gave them their worst October before this one.
I hated Red Sox.
Yeah, and he always picks the Dodgers in this series. So let's hear how they interact with him.
I think we should go out with a roll call. What do you think? Get a little roll call.
Okay, let's go, Yankees. Let's listen.
I feel like there's a few different things going on.
I have to, man. What's going on?
So they're saying Papi wears makeup.
Right. At first, it took a second for me to figure it out. I was expecting to hear "fuck you, Papi." Maybe that's coming.
You were expecting some kind of racial commentary, knowing what the Bronx is like. The crowd at Yankee Stadium also had fun with Freddie Freeman, who just destroyed them in the World Series. This is part of the Stand Up for Cancer moment. You do have to listen carefully, but you'll hear it clear as day. Yep. So as we remember the people we lost for cancer, very clear, you suck, Freeman.
Fantastic. On this somber music.
Yeah. We'll go back to that one again so everybody knows what to listen for. There it is.
That's great. Because they do it there in the stands, and then people are like supposed to be like looking at each other's side eye, and this guy goes, "You suck, Freeman." It's fantastic.
Yeah, right, exactly. So
we got to throw out a couple of super chats. These folks really want to be seen. This person, Chad's missing upper lip, throws a $1.99 and said, "Christian films Eric in the cuck chair." I think I know what a cuck chair is.
Yeah, it's where you watch someone else pleasure your woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm in the chair. You're filming me in the chair.
Yeah, and I assume a gardener or some other migrant worker there on the Zane estate is pleasuring the missus.
We just had a bunch of Mexicans put a new roof on, and there was a lot of Mexicans. I mean, they got it done in a day.
And this is the crazy thing. You already had a roof, so you're not sure why they all came over.
No, Brad, I don't know why. I didn't even need a goddamn roof. Anyway, so yes, $1.99. Thank you. And what do I say? Labyrinth?
Labyrinth Mystic. $10. Hope you voted. My ass is spread wide for the election results.
Okay. That is good to know. We appreciate that. And that is our clubhouse leader. Like, that's what Christian would sign off with right now.
And I think sorry, you're talking about people giving more money. And
I mean, ultimately, we'd love you to give more. So if you really want him to say something more ridiculous than "my ass is spread for the election results," you have that opportunity.
Well, I'm glad you said it, because now I can just record you saying it and isolate that and use that on tonight's show that we're doing at 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern, right here on this very channel.
I would encourage people to clip me whenever they can and use for evil. You know, whatever you need me to do. Like, if you wrote on the chat, like, what order you wanted me to say so you can clip it out of context. Like, if you had me going like this and saying something horrible, I mean, there you go. There's one for you. Clip that.
Yeah.
Clip that.
Exactly. Well, anybody who wants to clip that and post it on the Discord, obviously, Who Are These Podcasts has a Discord, and there is a WATB channel. We get some great content in there, and we interact. And by we, I mean me. I interact with the people in there.
I don't want to steal thunder, but speaking of you shooting video of me in the cuck chair.
Yeah.
We have something pertaining to that, don't we? Before the end of the show that Carl sent to you and I. Did you see that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
I
We
wanted
do-
to make sure that you saw that.
No. Yes, we have a voicemail that if I had it loaded, I would play it right now. But I was going to just play it in a little bit. But
Okay, good.
We'll get
Good.
to
I just
that,
want to
yeah.
make sure. I know that's kind of like off the beaten path, off the reservation about what we're doing, but I
No,
felt it was
but-
important to have it.
We don't get a lot of voicemails. So when
No.
we get them, we always play. And that's what I tell everybody. If you're too poor to super chat us, go to whoarethese.com, look for the phone number, leave a voicemail. We will play it.
Yes.
I guess I have to say within reason. Like if you're, threatening someone that would get us in trouble, but with anything within reason, we're going to play it. And Chad's missing upper lip. Wonder who left that voicemail.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Chad.
Okay.
All right.
I see what's going on here.
We'll get to it. Don't you
God
worry, Chad.
damn it.
So, what are the? This was a crazy World Series. There was just some insane things to see, and the craziest moment that I've seen in a long time is this interference call, fan interference, where Mookie Betts makes a catch, and a couple of Goombas are just not having it. And it'll come up in a moment.
Right by Torres. Betts in the corner. Does he have room? Fights with the fan. And they're going to say that it's an out.
We're going to take a look at a close-up here in a moment.
So an out.
These look like the guys who
One
would do
gone
that.
in this first. It's
They're
the
making
second
the
time
case.
that Glaber Torres has hit a ball that has ended up in fan interference in this series. He
All
had
right,
the
let's
home
take a
run
look
turned
at the
into a
close-up
double
here.
back at Dodger Stadium.
He grabs
And
his
yeah,
hand.
Betts
He's
has
laughing
that ball in his
hysterically.
glove, and this fan literally tries to take his glove off.
Okay.
Pries the ball out of there.
Yes. That is outstanding. And these guys have been vilified, and I say, fuck that shit. I love these two.
These guys have been vilified. I don't know where you're looking because here they are walking into Barstool Sports the next day.
Oh, really? Good.
You got big hugs?
That's great. I'm happy for them.
And the Talking Yankees podcast really enjoyed their performance there in the outfield. Or actually, that's not the outfield, but they're in the stands.
Yeah.
Here they are watching these guys.
They're that might be a little over the top.
They're considered heroes in the Bronx and in the Bronx only. But the interesting thing about those guys, and they did some interviews afterwards, is it's not shocking that someone who is a fairly prominent sports figure knew one of these guys. Somebody who ran with this guy back in college. I'm talking about Rob Gronkowski.
First time I'm seeing this live. And here's a little fun fact. That guy right there grabbing Mookie Betts' glove
Don't tell me you know
was
him.
my friend in college.
Gronk, stop
Guy
it
was on the
right
ice-
now.
He was on the ice hockey team, the club Arizona Wildcats team, ice hockey team. And let me tell you, the whole hockey team, they were absolute maniacs. They were undescribable just how wild
Animals?
these guys, animals, yes, how wild these guys were. Him doing that represents him very well. I mean, he is all in for his teams.
Yeah. So, of course, Gronk knows this guy. He's like, oh, yeah, man, he was always doing shit like this.
Yes. He wants to say he's like a rapist, He comes up, he pulls back a little bit, but this guy's a dirty slime ball.
Yeah. And he's trying to give him credit, but Kay Adams, who hosts this show on FanDuel, isn't really letting him have it. But he's like, oh man, this guy's the best. I mean, I guess not the best, but he's pretty great. I mean, I think I love this guy. But who didn't enjoy that interaction that we just showed, that fan interference, was actually Mookie Betts. So he was asked after the World Series ended by Big Papi what he thought about it.
Oh, the fans yesterday tried to rub out of your glove.
Yeah.
What's going on? What went through your head, man?
That was wild, man. That was really wild. I've never experienced anything like that.
I was telling my wife that was like the second time in my life I've ever wanted to fight someone. But I get it, man. I get it. You know, I don't know if he was trying to get the ball. I don't know what he was really trying to.
I think he was trying to break one of your fingers.
Yes,
that's what I think.
By the way, Big Papi, he has a chance to have that type of charm like Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's just something about that guy. I think he's exceptional. He's very, very interesting to have on there. Can I cover a couple of super chats?
Please. I mean, there's money.
JFK Head Chunk for $5 says, here's to the two funniest. Who are these broadcasters? Carl and Dwyer Christian.
One of those is true. One of those is absolutely true. Yes, I agree. Yeah.
And for $1.99, the Duke of the Delusional writes, make Zane cry. Trump 2024.
Well, I don't think that's going to make you cry because he gave you $1.99.
Yeah,
I mean, you're going to get like 70 cents of that or whatever, So I don't think you're that upset.
Not bad. It's not a bad trade-off.
When talking about the World Series on Who Are These Socials, our buddy Carl mentioned that he actually missed the fifth inning of Game 5. And I know this is not a sports clip show. This is a broadcasting show. But the broadcaster reaction to just the shitstorm that the Yankees committed upon themselves, it's worth taking a quick highlight-filled walk down memory lane.
I love this.
The fifth inning. So there's already a man on base. All right. And prior to this, Garrett Cole had given up 0 hits. The Yankees were off to a comfortable 5-0 lead.
2. With a heating up Judge, who settles under this ball, but then drops it. Can Hernandez get to the bag before the throw? He does.
Oh, no. That's the beginning of the end.
That is the beginning of the end. That is the only error Aaron Judge made all year.
Oh, my God.
Not a great time to have made it. The Dodgers have talked after the World Series ended that their scouting said, you need to make the Yankees field the ball. They will make mistakes.
Wow.
They said their assessment was that they were out of the 9 or whatever playoff teams, they were 9th in defense. So just keep hustling, chip away, and they'll do stuff like this. But I don't even think the most optimistic scout would have predicted more of this to come.
On a routine play, Aaron Judge just flubs it in center field, and the Dodgers catch a huge break right there. On Will Smith. Garrett Cole throws and a ground ball left side. Volpe will go to third and the down. Another break for LA.
Bro, he just threw it right into the ground. What a fucking asshole.
So he throws it to third when there are, safer plays where the runner is not already past you. And then, yes, he throws it at the ground. It would have taken an amazing play and probably not been out. So
Jesus
we'll continue, though. Because there's more.
Yeah, I know.
There's always more.
There's going to be a tough play, but one that
Made it tougher.
Should make. And the bases are loaded.
Well, what could go wrong here?
Ground ball right side. Rizzo. Nobody at first.
Okay.
Incredible.
Wow. So when the guy hits a ground ball to the first baseman, the pitcher is supposed to run to first to cover, and the fucking dick stood still. He didn't do anything. That's baseball 101.
Yeah, I believe that we'll see a replay where he points at first. But I'm pretty sure they teach you in Little League that you need to cover first
Atrocious
there.
defense
And
from the Yankees.
Rizzo should have definitely made that play, but you got to take the chance. Oh yeah, I tried to keep this a little trim. So, all right, so they score a run, but Freddie Freeman comes to the plate. I'm sure that nothing bad's going to happen here, Eric.
Here in the World Series, led this game 5-0. A run is crossed.
He's bored. He's like, oh
Freddie
shit,
Freeman
I'm
on
dead.
1-2. Into center field, a base hit. 2 more runs will score.
Whoops.
The Dodgers take advantage of the bad defense from
I'm
New
so
York,
happy.
and this game has changed in the blink of an eye.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy because of that.
Sorry, you're happy.
Yeah, I'm
because of
happy
what?
because of that little fat fuck on Jimmy Fallon. That's, those assholes. That's why I'm
So
happy.
You don't want you're glad that the Costco guys had a bad World Series experience. Yeah.
Here to left
So then the
center
next
field.
guy.
Judge
Okay, and then another play for Aaron
down the
Judge.
run. Dead sprint now to the track, and it's over his head. That's in to score. Freddie Freeman for the plate, and this game has been turned upside down.
Wow. Let's go.
The Yankees crack the door open with the poor defense, and the Dodgers kick it down.
Crack the door open. More than that. Holy shit.
They kicked the door down, and then the Dodgers just gently, calmly.
Yeah, they were lighting the fires at that point in Los Angeles. That was an outstanding celebration.
Yeah. Oh, well, we've got a little bit of that. I'm not going to spend as much time on the celebration as I wanted to because of how much Halloween sucked. But I do need to share that while this is the play at first base that Garrett Cole didn't cover, this is the live stream from Barstool, sitting front row, our buddy Mike Francesa, New York sports legend. Yeah.
So they wait a minute. You're able to watch that during the game?
If you chose to, yes, you could have put it on like on another window while you watch it. So they live streamed, and I think the fact that Francesa was there had some more eyeballs on it.
Oh, that's fucking horrible to even look at.
So, all right. So the Dodgers go on to win. They win that game. And some of us were thinking like, it would have been great for the Yankees to be humiliated and swept in 4 games. But getting out to a 5-0 lead and then just blowing it entirely, I think that's something that a lot of us can get behind. Earlier, Dwight Christian said this. By the way, fuck the Yankees for their overpriced hack team. If you look at his icon, you can see his hat. So that comes from a place of real pain. There were some tame celebrations for the Dodgers World Series victory. And this guy kind of has an Aaron Judge-like delivery on what he thinks is a pretty great line.
Guess who got invited to drop the ball on New Year's? And New Year's. Who got invited? Aaron Judge.
What?
So guess who got invited to drop the ball on New Year's?
Okay.
Aaron Judge.
Okay.
But he doesn't get it
Guess
out.
who got invited to drop the ball on New Year's? And New Year's. Who got invited? Aaron Judge.
Okay. All right. Very good. Shit. Stop.
So we were having fun, but then I showed you that guy.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, and then he's hoping that Trump doesn't win because he's gonna get deported like the next day.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's probably a safe bet that ICE might have wanted to patrol the parking lot at Chavez Ravine that day. Chad's missing upper lip back over the wall with him. I don't even know what that means, Chad. So it was a bad night to be a business in downtown Los Angeles, especially if you stocked Nike shoes.
They're above it right now. What can you tell me?
Oh no.
Yeah, we sure are, Mark. This has really gone sideways here in the last half hour. It's been going on for at least 30 minutes. The initial calls came in about 30 minutes ago. Reports of 400 to 500 people inside of this Nike flagship store. It's a Jordan flagship store in downtown LA at Broadway and 6. You can see 30 minutes later, there are still tons of shoes walking away. We're watching people.
It's hours and hours.
I like how they attempted to. They knew, so they boarded the place up.
Yeah,
like it was a hurricane, and that had no chance.
It had literally no chance. There's something that I want to show, but I have to get to the key point of this, which is it was a bad night to be on a city bus.
From the scene here, but there is debris all over the road here, and a spokesperson for Metro tells Eyewitness News a bus operator and 5 people had to evacuate. Take a look.
Why? What are they, pussies? Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Propane powered. Look at that. That is a high intensity fucking blue.
You can see smoke was pouring out of You could see that smoke was pouring out of the bus. This happened.
Wow,
And I've got
fire.
on the field. And here they are chanting, "Let's go Dodgers."
So, did you hear how that thing started?
Did they say?
Yeah, somebody went in there with a fucking Roman candle, was shooting a fucking firework off inside of the bus.
That is a big part of celebration when you live in Los Angeles. There's lots of fireworks. There's a video that I cannot show. A gentleman who did not let go of his Roman candle in time, and you can see what happened to his.
Oh
hand.
yeah, I heard about that.
Yes.
I did hear about it. That was not a Roman candle. It looked like a stick of dynamite.
You know what? That might have been a stick of dynamite.
Let me just say, his fingers were still kind of there, but it was so many different directions.
Yeah.
It was like he was pointing in 10 different directions, 5 different directions all at once. I couldn't take that video. That made me queasy.
Well, the takeaway from all that carnage, congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers. The city clearly knows how to celebrate their wins. All right. It's election day. I've put it off for more than an hour.
Right or left, doesn't matter where you're at. Who are these elections will make you want to super chat the big money.
Okay.
So this is the first time I've ever heard that one. And I'll get to play it again tonight at 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern for our special election night coverage. Very, very much looking forward to that. I don't know how EZ feels about that, but
no, I love it. I love all those, especially the end. The idea of hopefully that was Lucy Tightbox doing that noise.
We can definitely hope for sure.
Right.
I'm not sure if you're right. Obviously, we want to take a look at the candidates, and there's so much to look at on a real tension-filled election day. But this segment needs to start in the most obvious place. Mickey Rourke was on with Piers Morgan.
Okay, I did.
Visit from the Secret Service.
Okay.
I don't need another visit from the Secret Service.
When did you have one before?
Good follow-up, Piers.
About 6 months ago.
Why?
Take a wild guess.
Was it because of something you said about President Trump?
Yeah.
What did you say about him?
Just the truth.
Which is what?
Read my mind.
I love that answer. Read my mind. And I'm not going to read this, but this is the quote in an interview with Rolling Stone. I guess for our audio audience, I should read this. Again, Mickey Rourke said this. Quote, Mickey Rourke, Donald Trump can go fuck himself. He's not a tough guy. He's a bully and he's a bitch and he can suck my fucking dick. And again, Mickey Rourke said that he would meet him in the hotel room any motherfucking day of the week. And Mickey Rourke would give him a Louisville Slugger. Mickey Rourke wants former President Trump to kiss his motherfucking ass, you bitch, punk, cocksucker.
So I think the trouble is the assault, okay? I think that's the only thing. So what's that conversation like? If you're the Secret Service, local office, you get some 28-year-old fresh-faced idiot has to bang on Mickey Rourke's door and say, so we need to discuss the alleged assault shit, okay? But by the way, that's what everybody was thinking. JFK Head Chunk says Kato Kalin looks terrible. You're absolutely right. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but that's absolutely true.
Yeah, that's a great observation. I was very excited to see Mickey Rourke, and that's a fun story. But now, Eric, it is time for us to deal with some somber news, some sad news, and we're only going to be able to show this on mute because whoever put this compilation together used music from the Pixar film Up, and I'm not looking to get Carl's channel struck just because I'm sharing a video of Peanut the squirrel. Oh. And here's his owner. Oh, look how happy he is with Peanut. Yep. Simpler times, better times. Yep. He comes home. Peanut just jumps down. And, all right, that's a little inappropriate. I think you have to ask for consent. But Peanut seems like such a happy squirrel.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
He's a money-making squirrel, goddammit. And that's why this guy's pissed off.
Oh yeah, I think that's the only reason.
He loved the squirrel, no doubt. I mean, but let's be honest here. This guy's raking in big fucking cheddar with this goddamn squirrel.
Yes, exactly. So he has fun with Peanut, and a story like this can only be handled by Harvey Levin and the gang at TMZ Live.
Learned that they have euthanized Peanut.
And the raccoon as well.
And the raccoon as well.
Fucking raccoon.
You notice that his co-host there is like, and let's not forget about the raccoon.
Yeah.
Hashtag Raccoon Lives Matter. Harvey.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. Everybody is really bummed out about this.
Yeah. Well, let's hear a little bit about the explanation.
I am so sorry. This must be really difficult for you.
It not only tears my family apart, but Peanut was the cornerstone of our nonprofit animal rescue. And 10 to 12 DEC officers raided my house as if I was a drug dealer. I was sat outside my house for 5 hours. I had to get a police escort to my bathroom. I wasn't even allowed to feed my rescue horses breakfast or lunch.
I mean, all right. I don't know I don't think that's the flex you think it is. I have rescue horses, goddammit. Yeah. So Eric, you kind of boiled this down to the fact that this is basically the mascot for his nonprofit organization. He raises a lot of money or did off of Peanut, although I feel like there's gonna be a lot of donations. And here's what I will say. Right. Obviously, whoever complained about him having a squirrel in his home for 7 years, that person's a douche. The state should not be coming and confiscating your animals, and certainly not euthanizing them. I think might have been another solution. But at the end of the day, Eric, it's a fucking squirrel. Get over it.
Oh no.
What?
Well, yes. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I would hate this.
Yes.
I don't know what rule these people broke. I think the squirrel ended up biting somebody at one point.
Yeah.
And
the squirrels do that. Yeah, they're basically rats with fluffier tails. Yeah.
And then the idea was maybe it has rabies, and then so they decide to slaughter all these fucking animals. There's bodies of animals all over this house now, and the world is outraged because that's what the world does. But in about an hour, when we start talking about returns on tonight's election, nobody's gonna give a fuck about these two. So,
well, I don't know. Some people were saying a week ago that maybe Tony Hinchcliffe lost the election for former President Trump, but maybe, just maybe, Peanut has won the election for former President Trump. It's a big swing over the last week, and that's the kind of hard-hitting insight you'll get tonight on the Who Are These Broadcasters Election Night Special, 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern, right here on this very channel. What does JFK Head Chunk say there?
He says, fuck this guy and his stupid squirrel. Get a dog, asshole. I think he rescued the squirrel. I think the squirrel's mom got ran over or some shit, and he picked it up. And, you play that goddamn song with the redheaded guy, whatever, the soft song. What's his name?
Oh, Ed Sheeran.
I'm talking about. Yeah, you play his song and you show the video of the fucking squirrel, and, you get 89 million views, and then, you're in business.
So, to Wired Christian, $10.01. This man fawns over animals more than his third place trophy wife. It's a fluffy-tailed rat, for F's sake.
Yeah, she's a Jersey 6.
Because he gave so much money, I do want to show her off again. Here, yeah. And, her only job is, please stay in my shot and keep crying. And she did do it like a champ, I have to say.
That's her job. That is her job. Thank you to Wired.
Yes, we appreciate that. All right. So this next video is clearly staged, but so was Trump working at McDonald's. Okay. A lot of staged things happen. The reason why I'm sharing video of Kamala Harris knocking on a voter's door in Pennsylvania last night is something you need to listen for as she comes up to the house. There's something that gets louder and louder. Okay, she knocks on the door, rings the doorbell. Okay, listen carefully. So I think this will tell us a little something about the neighborhood. A darker skinned woman comes to the door and the dog is losing his shit. Okay, let's close the door before the Secret Service peanuts our dog.
Oh yeah, you don't. Okay, yeah, you got to be careful. Can you? Oh, that would have been fantastic. I wish she came to my house. I've got 4 fucking dogs. I would have been like, yeah, here you go. They're all friendly. Good luck.
That's literally the only reason I shared it, because I was watching it. I'm like, oh, this is really corny. But then the dog wouldn't stop barking, and I'm like, all right, now it's funny again.
Is that the? I don't even know. Is that a thing? Blacks get barked at? Is that what you're saying? I think I missed
yes.
it.
I mean, where you live, you probably don't have to worry about it.
No, we don't have black people here. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't black.
Your wife has made sure that they don't react when there's strange Mexicans coming in and out of the house. Yeah,
no, she loves that. That's okay. Light brown, yes. Black, no.
So, Eric, do you remember Joe Biden? My notes here say that he's apparently not just the 46th president of the United States. He's currently the president.
And a shock jock.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a second. But here he is. Doing what you do on Halloween. You're sort of having, community outreach events, shaking hands and biting babies. So here comes a kid, and he gets his face really down there. And boy, does he start putting toes in his mouth and putting them right back in. And all right.
What is she dressed as? A Steak and Shake employee? What is she?
And then this one's dressed as a chicken. So then he literally bites the kid's chicken leg. And yes, I believe she's a Steak and Shake employee.
He's getting closer to child dick. Because he's much closer now. He's biting the kid's leg, the kid's thigh.
And never ask why that man's name isn't on ballots for people across the country today. I think that that might be the reminder. But yes, also, he did have his shock jock moment last week, where the Harris campaign is just trying to be like, yeah, you know what? We like everybody. I want to be president for all Americans. I don't have anything negative to say about any of the American people. Not Biden. He is out of fucks to give, right, Eric?
That's what you do when your time is short and you just don't give a shit. Your own party said, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I mean, I do the same thing.
Where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is just supporters.
Okay.
The only garbage I see out there is his supporters.
Okay. And then I think that's great. That's fun to hear him say that, but it's even more fun to hear the backpedal and how they try to fix that.
That was just a text release. He didn't actually speak to it. So I instead wanted to focus on the fact that after that happens, the Trump team does have like a great idea. He's going to go out dressed like a garbage man in a garbage truck. And I don't know if we've ever seen on live television Sean Hannity jizz, but I believe it happens here.
Okay. In Wisconsin, take a look at that. This may go down as an iconic, epic moment that we will remember for a long time. Donald Trump.
An iconic, epic moment.
By the way, I've zoomed in on Trump trying to get into garbage truck.
Yeah.
And, whoops.
Yeah, he totally missed that handle.
It looks a little wet out there. They're lucky that he didn't just spill right on there.
Yeah, he's fucked up. I mean, Biden, the only thing that's keeping Trump from being characterized as physically and mentally fucked up is Biden, who's a goddamn mess. I mean, Trump looks like a fucking Olympic decathlete. I fucked that up. Sorry.
That's all right. It's just like saying, who's going to drop the ball on New Year's Eve? Aaron Judge. It happens to all of us. All right. But Trump's really in his happy place here.
I think 250 million people in this country are going to be very happy because we're going to bring the country back. We're a nation in decline, very, very serious decline.
He's sitting in the passenger seat of a garbage truck while he says.
So what does he do? Is just drive like 50 feet with the camera on him, then park it? All right, that's it. Everybody go home.
Well, I'm glad you asked because he wore that vest to a rally in Wisconsin and made the same point.
And I have to begin by saying 250 million Americans are not garbage.
No, I would say that the number of garbage Americans is much higher and certainly not limited to Trump supporters.
He is in that clip. Look how he is. He looks like he's so remarkably dark. I mean, my God. I mean, that more so than ever.
Yeah.
In that picture. I mean, he looks like a Oompa Loompa.
I think that he has basically gotten into it. This is going to be a really topical reference. He's gotten into his Al Jolson phase.
Oh, yeah.
I have to begin by saying 250.
I said that one already. I'm not playing the same fucking clip. Sorry. Yeah, I know he's moving his hands and all that. So this led to, by the way, brilliant marketing. Whoever in the campaign says, yeah, show up in a garbage truck. All that's fine. And then what started happening was Don Jr., Megyn Kelly, and some other people posted costumes of themselves dressed as trash. And I think that that's a fun thing to run with, but somebody who's not having it, someone we've focused on the show before, Nick Fuentes, who is, I don't know quite how to describe old Nick, but he has some extreme views, let's say. Cumia might be like, ooh, Nick, let's dial it down a little bit.
Bitch. And at the Trump rallies, they're yelling, trash for Trump, trash for Trump. And I saw other people. I saw white guys. I saw Hispanic guys inside trash cans, jumping out of them with Trump signs. White guys with garbage bags that say trash for Trump 2024. And that was kind of like, to me, that was the moment when I realized Trumpism was a cult. That was the moment when I realized liberals are right.
What?
So
he did?
I that's what Nick found. And I can't imagine that he
was
would,
he giving up? He's what does he do?
I think that he wants to move on from Trump. Unless of course he wins, in which case. But I anybody else reacting that way, I wouldn't have thought about it. I'm like, oh wait, Nick Fuentes is done with Trump because of the trash bags. Okay, but
I did not see that coming.
Don't worry,
that's the straw that broke the camel's back.
Don't worry, Eric. He still hates people that dogs would bark at if they came to their front door. That hasn't changed at all. And at this same rally, Trump made a comment that got a little attention.
People told me about 4 weeks ago, I was saying, no, I want to protect the people. I want to protect the women of our country. I want to protect the women. Sir, please don't say that. Why? They said, we think it's very inappropriate for you to say. I said, why? I'm president. I want to protect the women of our country. They said... They said, sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say, pay these guys a lot of money. Can you believe it?
Oh, I can believe it.
I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
Whoops. It's a little rough. I know I had to play a little bit to get the context there, but I've been accused in Discord of shortening some of the clips. So
they don't like that.
No, they don't like that. And they'll get something. They're in for a doozy in a minute. But well, they kind of made the point that, look, we're not garbage. And I think we've gotten out in front of this garbage thing. There isn't anything anybody can say that can fuck that whole thing up.
Right. We are going to take out the trash in Washington, D.C., and the trash's name is Kamala Harris.
Well, okay. Thanks, JD. Did you want to run that speech by anybody?
Oh.
And look, the crowd did cheer for it. So
yeah, I think that. Do you think that it's possible that they like him more than they like Trump?
Yes, I think
I do too.
I think there is a contingent. I think that there is a there is the deep state. Well, it's not the deep state when it's on the right, but there's the theory that the plan is to invoke the 25th Amendment, prove that Trump is not fit, and he will actually never be president, and J.D. Vance will be the 47th president.
I think that stands to reason.
It makes more sense than some of the other things that I've ever heard. All right. So I have two versions of this next clip. This first part is what a lot of people saw. Trump was having microphone problems. And so then he addresses it, and then he puts his mouth down a couple of times. And I am told that he is not pretending to fillet this microphone that doesn't work. So, Eric, I know we're running long, and you let me know if you have to leave, but I have to put this in the correct context. This is the longer version of that clip.
Yeah.
Problem.
Microphone's too low. So he grabs it. And then he puts his mouth on it. Right over it.
That's funny.
And we're having fun with the short version of the clip, everybody.
Way too low.
Okay.
Way too low. So I walk in, I said, shit, there's nothing worse than I walk in.
I let it go because he says shit. And I know he says it all the time, but it's still funny when former presidents and possibly future presidents, when they throw it around.
I love it. I love that they do say that, frankly.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
So he didn't like the one that was in the holder. Now that was the corded mic.
Right. Yeah.
They gave him the wireless so he can hold it and do his thing.
Yeah. So he figured that, there's a few ways to make your microphone work. And I don't know. I mean, Hawk Tua should have probably just come and helped with that mic. And they could have spit on that thing.
Yeah, he's doing like prop comedy. I think that he got a huge pop when he did it.
He did, yeah. And he's entering his Al Jolson / Carrot Top phase.
Okay.
So a big narrative over the past week is this idea perpetuated by a commercial that women would be voting for Kamala Harris and not telling their husbands that they weren't voting for Trump. This was received exactly the way you would expect by guys like Charlie Kirk, who talked about it with Megyn Kelly.
These people to basically lie to their husbands, which they are promoting, by the way, which I find that entire advertising campaign so repulsive. It is so disastrous. It is just like
I'll show it in a minute.
It is the embodiment of the downfall of the American family. I think it's so gross. I think it's so just nauseating, where this wife is wearing you'll show it, wearing the American hat. She's coming in with her sweet husband, who probably works his tail off to make sure that she can go, and have a nice life and provides for the family. And then she lies to him saying, oh yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump. And then she votes for Kamala Harris as her little secret in the voting booth. Kamala Harris and her team believe that there will be millions of women that undermine their husbands and do so in a way that it's not detectable in the polling.
Yeah. He's
so wound up over this. Jesus Christ.
If you think he's wound up, wait till you see how wound up Jesse Waters gets at his own wife, who I don't think he actually thinks is going to vote for Kamala Harris, but it's put this idea in his head. And let's watch Jesse really unload on his wife.
Out Emma was going into the voting booth and pulling the lever for Harris. That's the same thing as having an affair. That to me,
let him finish. Go, Jesse.
It's our day. That violates the sanctity of our marriage.
Yes.
What else is she keeping from me?
Exactly.
What else has she been lying about?
Why would she lie to you?
I mean, just looking at Jesse Waters, I feel like how she votes is, I don't know anything about his wife, but maybe her eye might cast a stray once in a while, Eric.
This is awesome. I love that this is happening. I mean, everybody's so worked up over who else is voting for who. It's this is one of many different storylines that is fantastic to talk about. I love this.
Well, let's let it go a little bit more.
You threatened her. Why would she lie to you?
Oh, they want me to tease.
Why would she do that and then vote Harris? Why would she say she was voting Trump and then voting Harris? And I caught her. And then she said, I lied to you for the last 4 years.
Admit you intimidated
It's over, Emma.
So I don't think his wife is actually voting for Kamala Harris.
No. It's just
That's the best
something
part
to
of
talk
this.
about. It's all just fabricated. It's just something to get us to the election.
Yeah. Well,
this is big business. This is such big business to talk about this. So whatever you can throw out there that happens to get a little bit of attention or interest, whatever.
Yeah. Well, speaking of fabricated for attention at the election, was this comment that I'll let EZ react to. Former President Trump speaking about Liz Cheney to Tucker Carlson.
I don't blame him for sticking with his daughter, but his daughter is a very dumb individual, very dumb.
I do like that.
She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face.
So there's this pushback that he's not saying that there shouldn't be guns pointed at her. And he's not saying that someone should go and shoot her. He's not saying that.
He's saying, let's see how she reacts.
Yeah, let's find her in a situation where there's 9 guns pointing at her face.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, if she learned anything from her dad, she'll be fine. Cheney shot his best friend in the face. Let's never forget that. You know?
Okay. Yep. Yeah. That's true.
But
that's
people
true.
got very upset because like, well, that's not what he said. I was like, no, he didn't literally say that, but he's saying like, you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing if there were a bunch of guns at her. Don't do it yourself. But what if the Taliban, you know?
You know, I mean, it really boggles my mind that anybody would be upset that anything Donald Trump would ever say. I mean, come on, guys.
Well, he's not saying that he'd be okay with someone shooting her, but there is a group of people that he wouldn't really mind if they were in harm's way. He's talking about some of the gaps in the protective glass around him, because remember, there have been 2 assassination attempts on former President Trump. It's hard to forget because that feels like a very long time ago, at least the first one.
Yeah,
so he's talking about some of the protections to keep him safe.
Glass over here. And I don't have a piece of glass there. And I have this piece of glass here. But all we have really over here is the fake news, right? And to get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news. And I don't mind that so much.
No.
I don't mind. I don't mind that. I don't blame him.
I know that those are the things that we're supposed to get really upset about, but
I know.
I just laugh when he says it because it's like he hates the fake news. I get it. Look, I mean, don't be surprised.
I find him ridiculously. I find him funny. But too many people who aren't voting for him, they just, oh God, they can't take it, and it goes both ways. But it's like, you know, this guy he kills when he gets on stage.
Yeah. As long as you isolate the moments, I have a visual. I have a visual thing to share, and then we'll be done before I promote tonight's show. One last thing. This is from his final rally last night, and it is visual, but I was suggested to zoom in on some of these faces behind him where he's speaking, and I believe he went on at almost 1 a.m, and you see how excited the MAGA generation is. There's a guy on his phone. I think those 2 chicks are asleep, and you know, so you maybe didn't need to do like 4 rallies in a day covering all that ground, but we'll find out where it all goes, Eric, won't we?
Soon enough. And we are way behind on super chats. My apologies. This goes back to Squirrel being euthanized. This is actually our highest super chat from Dwight.
Yeah, we did share this one, but let's read it again.
We did?
Yeah, but that's fine.
Oh, all right.
No, you read super chats.
Fawns over animals more than his 3rd place trophy wife. It's a fluffy-tailed rat for fuck's sake. Thank you. Yoda World says, thanks, buddies. Don't ban me this time. And Getty Van Halen for $5 says, love your guys' show no matter who wins. It will be an entertaining couple of days. Precisely, and we are here for it.
Yes, we are absolutely here for it, and you'll be able to get more as we look at what happens today and any kind of answers we have. I've sort of half jokingly said that no matter what happens with the vote count tonight, we will have an acceptance victory speech from Donald Trump, regardless of what the votes say. So I'll be looking forward to playing that. 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. Our Who Are These Broadcasters election night special. As I said, EZ will be in bed, but I'll be joined by that Aussie guy, the Reverend Shitstain. We'll have a contribution from the great Cardiff Electric, Dick Masterson, scheduled to appear. Please watch that when you get the opportunity. EZ, where can you be found?
Monday through Friday, I do a show. You can either watch it on Twitch, Eric Zane Live on Twitch, or on your favorite audio podcasting platform, Eric Zane Show Podcast. I'm there Monday through Friday.
Right, and that's exactly where you can be found. Now, I know you need to go. Do you want to hear that voicemail, or do you want to save it for next week?
I do want to hear the voicemail.
All right, so we will sort of a inelegant way to present it. I will go ahead and show that up on the screen. That's all right. We're doing it. We're having fun.
We're stalling. We're getting there.
Boyfriend.
All right, I got to start it over now.
Stop on your way home. Pick me up some Magnum con.
All right.
This message is for WATB. This is Eric's wife's boyfriend. I need you to stop on your way home. Pick me up some Magnum condoms and some Astroglide. I'm about to knock the bottom out that bitch. And next time I call, you better answer. I'm going to tie your ass up in the cup chair again. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
So thank you, Chad's missing upper lip, for that.
Hey, good luck. Good luck buying those Magnum condoms. You fucking retard.
But look, Easy's not mad. Please. Obviously, today's election day. Vote or don't. Eric Zane and I, we're not here to tell you what to do or how to do it. However, if you do vote, I'm just going to ask everybody to keep one thing in mind. I'm not naive. The election can absolutely be stolen. And if you think your candidate isn't capable of stealing it, just like the other one, well, then you're a child. All I'll ask is, if the votes are counted and the person you support didn't win, just think for a second, oh, could it be that I voted for one of the least likable people on the planet? Because both of you would have that. But just think about it for a moment. If you think they can't lose, they absolutely can. And there's plenty of people in the country that feel the exact opposite of the way you do. But when in doubt, vote Vinny. All that being said, make sure you tune in tonight. I'm Christian Bladt, reminding you that every mic is a hot mic, and this man fawns over animals more than his third place trophy wife. It's a fluffy-tailed rat, for fuck's sake. And we will see you tonight at 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern.